Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Let's bring it in a little bit. Okay. And then I just gotta go live. This is just TikTok, so
Mhm.
just... All right. All right, here we go.
Are we on?
We are on.
We are on.
We so corny. I can't.
Come on. Just do it.
We we are on this journey of light and love. We are one. We are one. Welcome to One Love Alignment Sunday. It's the first Sunday of every month, and we're excited to just together as a tribe. And if you find this yourself on this with on a recording or live, together as a tribe, we are working on our one love alignment, coming back each day, each moment, remembering how to come back to our source nature. And so me and my husband are here to just walk the path together. This is Matt Abraxas. I'm Rebecca Abraxas, and I'm a metaphysical minister and sound therapist. And my husband is a budding astrologer and documentary producer. So we are here just doing the work. We just spent all afternoon or all day actually working on our house, scraping the walls, sanding. And landing here with you all is actually a beautiful break that we much needed to realign. So I'm going to hand it over to Matt. He's going to give us some highlights for the astrology of this season of light.
Okay. So first, I guess it's good to probably have a brief review of last month because that helps explain some of this month. Last month was Scorpio season. It was a time of digging up stuff, digging up things maybe you don't want seen, uncovering the truth of a variety of things. Depending on, for each person, it could be pretty different. But I know for me, it was a lot of like coming to terms with things that I see about myself. So I don't know. Did you have any of that?
Last month, yeah, there was a lot actually. It's so funny thinking about last month because last month on November 1st, I was back east. We had the split screen, and I was in Pennsylvania and you were here. And it seems like 6 months ago. So it was kind of crazy. But there was some things that came up this month for sure. I was in Tennessee on a retreat, and there was definitely some things that were reflected back that I was like, wow. And I really need to take a deeper look at this. So for sure.
And then we also had Mercury retrograde. That every Mercury retrograde, I see them coming and I think, okay, like be aware. It's not the end of the world. Every planet goes retrograde. But that one definitely, like the second day of it, but the right when it was started, it had been going for about a week or so. I was trying to sell my car and everything had been working fine. The guy that comes over to look at it gets in and goes to start it and it won't start. And I'm like, really? And I'm like, oh yes, Mercury retrograde, of course. Like just be aware, be ready.
Be aware, be ready. Once again, Mercury retrograde, beware and be ready.
And so, but the month had a lot of fun stuff of digging things up. It then transitioned into out of Scorpio season into Sagittarius season. Which is where we're at now. And Sagittarius season can be certainly a little bit lighter feeling than Scorpio season. It can be more, there's more passion, faith, excitement, joy. It makes sense that Scorpio season has Halloween during it. And Sagittarius season, we have in America Thanksgiving, and it brings us right up to winter solstice. So it's a time of more energized joy. It's also a fire sign. So this coming month, December, is fascinating to me in the way that this month is like a little microcosm of the shift from 2025 to all the energies of 2026. I don't follow Chinese years a whole lot, but I don't know much about them. And I don't know a whole lot about numerology, but I find it really fascinating that the Chinese years for 2025 and 2026 and the numerology of each of these years and some of the major astrology aspects all line up perfectly. This year has been in Chinese, we call it Chinese New Year, but this year has been the wood snake. It's a year of shedding. And that's a very, again, I don't know a whole lot about it. It's a very generalized summary of it, shedding. Think of the snake energy. Next year is the fire horse. Horse energy in general is already like ready to move forward, but the fact that it's the fire horse is even more so, more so about breaking free and ready to run. The numerology this year has been number 9, a year of culmination, a year of reaching the peak of something, coming to an end. And next year is a 1. It makes it a year of new beginnings. So thinking about the differences between 2025 and 2026 and how it relates now to this month, because this month we have a lot of this too. So back to that Sagittarius. Sagittarius is it's a fire sign. There is momentum. There's some excited energy with it. It's maybe a bit idealistic as well. And it's moving at the end of the month into Capricorn, a grounded earth sign. So the whole month, without getting into even the exact transits or dates yet, and we can go over a few of those, but the energy of this month, again, is like a summary of what we're going through in life on a longer term, from this year to next year. We're going from a excitement, intensity, ready to move forward to, we're going from Sagittarius of idealism to Capricorn, ready to make changes, ready to do something different, but also do it in a new, grounded way. So, anyhow.
Okay.
Yeah. I could get into a few dates, but before I carry on further,
Yeah. So how about like we do the exact dates? We'll put them in the notes, and the you can get on live. Anyway, we'll write down the exact dates for you. But I think this is pivotal. What you're saying is this. What I'm hearing is just release with the wood snake, and we're getting into renewal with the fire horse.
Yeah.
And that is what this Advent season is about too. This December, this last month of the year, it's about release and renewal. And what is that renewal energy? Renewal energy is remembering. It's remembering our one love nature, our one love consciousness. And that's what we're all doing here today in this podcast, is remembering. So we're riding on this current with the astrology and with the numerology of just, we're renewing and remembering. But guess what helps us renew and remember? It's that release. It's that deep release. And so the astrology is set up for that as well, right? Can you speak? Is there a specific thing this month that's really set us up for release?
Let me pull up actually a couple notes. So yes, there are some funny things. So this gets into just a couple actual dates. One thing I find interesting, I'll just quick little side note here. tomorrow is a date. It's a Mars will square Saturn, and that is a time that square is a tension aspect. It's a time of feeling a conflict between the energies of Mars, which is kind of what you want to fight for or what you want to take action with, versus the energies of Saturn, which are where you want to slow down, have discipline, be more meticulous, think about what you're doing. And I find it really funny because of our morning where we are prepping our house to be sold and scraping walls and getting everything ready to be painted. My energy, I'm an Aries stellium. I'm a triple Aries rising, sun, moon. I just want to just do it, get it done, move on, get to the next thing. I hate delaying too long on a lot of certain kind of aspects. Unless it's like intellectual things, I could get very patient with that. But and I do a bad job. I found it very interesting as I'm looking back over some of the notes that I had for this. I'm like, oh yeah, this actually peaks tomorrow. I'm totally doing a impulsiveness conflicting with because sometimes impulsiveness can benefit you, could be great. But a Saturn square Mars can be a time when your impulsiveness can get you in trouble. So everyone be careful.
So it got Matt in trouble today.
Got me very in trouble.
Because the impulsiveness makes him impatient and just kind of glaze over. And my Leo Aries nature wants to see things in perfection. So the two of us are like doing this, and I'm like, we've got to do this all over again. We have to resand, we have to do it all over. And the thing is that's so beautiful about today is that it's the second week of Advent. And the word that comes into play is peace. The frequency of peace comes in. And this was really put really well in the Unity Advent book. It says, prioritize moments that strengthen your inner peace. And it says, cultivate peace through the practice of non-resistance, simply being with what is in each moment. I had a moment today with these walls and his impulsiveness and my perfectionism with this tension, the squared tension in astrology, where I just started, like, I felt like I was going to have a panic attack because of all the stuff we had to do. And then I read this. The peace practice is practicing non-resistance, simply being with what is in each moment. And when we can do that, just place our hands on our heart and just be with what is, not rush, just take the time to do a good job and be with what is. And then all of a sudden, this trust in your divine nature, trust and divine timing comes through. Hey, Pia, thank you. Good to have you here. This trust and divine nature comes through. And we have this timeline of moving to Spain and when we want to sell our house. But you know what? Really, it's divine timing. So that helped me slow down, sit with the walls, be very present with it, stop the resistance, stop the panic. And I think you got into that too. The moment you realized, oh, my impulsivity is making more work for us, you slowed down. And I stopped being like hyperventilating. And we kind of did this kind of naturally. I'm going to say it again, guys, because this is what we want to do with this month. Because peace cannot happen if we are going too fast, ignoring our heart, ignoring, just bulldozing through life without realizing that, wait a second, let me pause. There's something to release and learn here. There's something to discover here. So cultivating peace through the practice of non-resistance, simply being with what is in each moment in our lives right now. That is going to be the practice for this month. Okay, what else do you want to say?
I would say, to add to that,
okay.
I think, or even more reason that is so important this month. Another thing that's happening astrologically is that there are a lot of planets in very late degrees. So every planet runs from 0 to 29 degrees. When it hits 30, it's 0 again, within a sign. The degrees are very important to understand. Most people don't know the degrees in their chart, and that's fine. But it is great if you happen to know a few, especially if you have any late degree placements. Those are probably going to be getting triggered because of some of these several planets moving in these late degrees. What that does, think of it as like a critical, urgent moment, like the waiting till the last second to study for a test or complete a project or anything like that. Like there's that energy of have to move fast. Now, some of these planets are ones that move very slowly, so they have been already in these late degrees for quite a while. So we're already have that like an undercurrent, some of those feelings. But when some of the planets that move faster, what they call the personal planets, Mars, Mercury, Venus, and the sun as well, and the moon, when they go into late degrees, we feel that much more. Because you're feeling the contrast, from just because it's changed a lot just from last week, as opposed to like Pluto, which will be, is in an early degree, or take Uranus is in a late degree. It will be in a late degree for a couple of years,
So, how can we use that energy of that fast movement with keeping our presence? So, that's kind of a conundrum, isn't it?
And that's the thing I want to bring that up, because
Yeah.
I feel like there's something when you're feeling this, like, oh, I have to like do something. I have to take action. I have to like, how do you come back and find peace again, get centered, even when you're feeling, whether you have a reason to or not, whether you rationalize it or not, you're feeling an urgency to move.
Mm-hmm. And can we have the urgency to release and renew? So can we use that energy, that quickening energy, for the release and renewal, and just do whatever we're doing with presence? Use the momentum of the quickening energy with those late, whatever you just said about the planets,
late degree, yeah,
late degree planets. Can we use that as momentum to start a project, but stay present with it? Not so we get to control the energy. We are not controlled by the energy. Mm-hmm. We can use it for our best interest, but we get to be at peace and at presence and do the job that's required at hand. Right? So use it in a productive way rather than a way that's going to sabotage us.
And also, like, just to sort of imagine it in all the different ways it can affect somebody, because these signs hit people in different areas in their life. I mean, for us, it's very easy to look at it as like a sense of project, because there's so many projects happening. Yeah. For a lot of people, it may be something like with your health. It might be something with relationships, starting a new relationship, ending a relationship, or trying to find a relationship. It could be a very internalized, spiritual, cathartic moment that you're sort of feeling for a while, and you feel like, I know, like I was going through this a lot last year, like ego death feeling, and it feels very urgent. It feels very like I have to do something, and I don't know what I need to do, but I need to do something. And so like anything that comes up, it's going to be a chaotic, critical feeling that you have to do something. And the only way to make a sound decision or take what do you want to call it? Like right action, I guess, to move forward with a sense of wisdom that's going to benefit you the best, is to do it like what you're saying.
Yeah. So like for us, it's projects, but yeah, like you're saying with relationships, let the quickening maybe get you onto the right app or get you to the right experience. Or if it's with finding a job or just with your health. I was just talking to my son. He wants to perhaps start yoga. And it's just like, let that energy start quickening and get you in the right place for you to sit in presence and be present with what's happening. Because if we, like, say the dating app, you get the quickening and you get on the dating app. If you go too fast on that dating app, most likely you're going to get into like some trouble there and get on a date with someone that you're just like, this is a nightmare. So let the quickening get you onto the dating app, but then take time with it. Feel into the person in front of you on the screen, whether you're swipe left or right, however that goes. Dating apps were before our before our time. So what else is there to look out for?
Later this week, there's something I'm very curious of how this will turn out for people. So the planet Neptune, which moves slowly, is the planet that represents fantasy, some sense of spiritual insights. It's like they call it the planet of illusion and disillusion. It can create illusion around things. It can also dissolve the illusions. This planet, because it's such a strange energy, all the what it represents, has been retrograde for a while. And when they're going retrograde, the energies tend to be more internalized. They can work a little bit differently, maybe not as strongly noticed. Obviously, things like Mercury retrograde, you'll notice the problems, the lack of communication, which Mercury represents communication and messaging. So Neptune suddenly goes direct. It is in the ending degrees of Pisces. Early next year, it will leave Pisces and go into March, and no one in our lifetime will get to see that again because it takes so long to make its way through the whole zodiac. It's exciting in the way when a slow-moving planet suddenly goes direct. I know some people talk about they feel it really strongly within those couple days. I know I felt it when Pluto went direct couple months ago in October, I think it was. But sometimes you don't feel it. Sometimes and Neptune is really one. It's the planet of fog and the nebulous stuff. So I'm really curious to see how this turns up for people. I'm really curious in each of our lives, like, do we feel something shift? Do dreams come online way stronger? Do our sense of fantasies that we hold, and fantasies don't have to be like some kind of illusion that you're believing in. It can be something that, like, it's the dreams in your life. Do they become even stronger? Do you have a clearer picture of what you want in your life?
Oh, can I interject? Because the dream time you're talking about, so the holy nights we'll experience after Christmas. They're already a really powerful dream time. Remember? So it's like you're going to usually have strong dreams after Christmas. And so this is going to set it up for even a stronger dream time during the holy nights from the 25th, I think, to the 6th. So
that's a really
definitely get your dream journal going, guys, because our dreams can give us so much awareness about what to release and how we are renewing our one love consciousness. So I really love looking at dreams. Esther Hicks would have us look at dreams to see, like, something's acting out in the dream time before it actually acts out in your life, your physical life. So pay attention here. If it's something that's not super like you want to experience in your reality, then how can you work it out in the dream time, in the hologram? How can you work it out in your journal and in your prayers before it actualizes in physical reality? So we have a great opportunity here with this astrology, making our holy night dream time even that much more stronger, which it already is strong. So guys, the 25th of December, mark this down, get a new dream journal and be ready for 12 nights of really intense dream and shadow work.
Yeah, like, don't they say, like, it can be representative of the coming year? Like, each night can represent one of the months.
And what you might be working with. What's the theme you'll be working with for each month? Yeah, that's very true.
I know I've like in my way of doing things, I was trying to like test and validate, and I've done that many years. I don't think I've ever gotten through every single night, or some nights I don't dream,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
most I have, and several of them I have looked back and I'm like, wow, that, like, usually it's like the springtime, those first few nights after Christmas, March, April, May, like they have been things that have totally come true.
Mhm.
And yeah. So anyways, yeah. So, and then with this Neptune, planet of illusion and fantasy, it's in Pisces, the sign of the spiritual dimensions, creativity, art. So it's like a perfect time for it. It's really, it can be really exciting.
Awesome. I want to pause a second. We have a comment over here. Wait 1 sec. It says, is it on the 25th starting? Can someone tell me again? Or starts on the 25th? Does it start on the 25th?
You start Christmas night.
Christmas night we start the Dreamtime Journal. Good. Thanks for clarifying that, Sam. We have a question we have a comment over here, and I really want to bring it to light because this really has to do with how we function in one love alignment, not necessarily in December, but just in our lives, guys. Are we going to let the 3D reality dictate how, like, what's next in our lives, right? So hear this comment here. This person over here says, good luck with that move to Europe. The real estate market is going to be volatile and may be oversaturated. And so that is going to that comment can put some people into fear if you're trying to sell a house come this year. And it can put me in fear when I'm not resourced in my one love alignment consciousness. But Matt and I are working with the astrology, and we're also working with divine timing and our divine one love energetics. And so the reality, the 3D reality of the market being volatile and oversaturated doesn't have to really be our concern. So when I studied with Mary Morrissey, she was selling her house and she had comments like this all the time, being like, you can't sell it for this much. It's not the selling time. It's whatever else. So you're going to have people remind you of the 3D reality. And while we have a toe in that reality because we kind of live in this field, we want to, with one love consciousness, you want to be functioning from an expanded perception, an expanded consciousness. So we wanted to sell, I think in October. This house, there was too much in it. We just weren't ready. And so, yes, Crystal, I can totally start getting into that panic mode that the market's oversaturated and volatile. Or I can come into the state of presence and peace, expand my perspective, call in what I really, really desire, use my divine timing and divine nature, my oneness reality, my oneness with everyone that might be interested in this house, draw the energy in and have it work out perfectly. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
guys,
totally do.
yeah. So if you're working with something like selling a house or a relationship or getting kids into school or finding the finances, whatever it is, sometimes the pros and con list of the 3D reality can start to contract our dreams, contract the way we go about it. And what I want you to do right now, feel this. You feel contracted by the cons, the pros and cons. Feel the energy expand. Expand your one love consciousness out. We're all connected. It's like the aspen trees. They're all connected. Like there's really only one aspen tree. They're all connected, and we're all going to be helping each other out. That one love consciousness is always working for the highest good of each other. And we can tap into that perspective. Maybe use the astrology, but come from your desires from peace and divine order, not the 3D illusionary order. And that's what I'm practicing. And that's what we're practicing with this podcast. Anyway.
Yeah. And in a way, I really like it when people bring up the little reality checks, like that what it feels like, because it gives me an opportunity to say yes and
Yes, and yeah.
like I get
Yep,
that.
yes,
Like
and.
I hear that. Like I pay attention to housing markets. I pay attention to all of the global conflicts going on. It's like we were talking about where in Spain to move to, and some of the places. Well, this place actually has some water issues and political issues or weather issues and this, and then we always come back again to like, well, yes, and where are we feeling this draw toward? And when we're not locked in just intellectually to some idea, the intellectual desire for something can be easily broken by other logistical issues. But we're feeling a pull towards something, and we also know like that pull might shift. It's going to only respond to what am I going to say? We are feeling that tug and responding to something that feels like a divine connection.
A divine call.
Yeah.
So if we live by our divine calling and follow the breadcrumb and then go to that breadcrumb and then follow the next breadcrumb.
Yeah.
We don't have to have it all figured out. We don't have to have the whole how down.
Mm-hmm.
All we know is that we're being called to sell this house and we're being called to this one little spot in Spain. That's all we know. And we're willing to have faith and to flow. I was just talking to my sister about this, faith and flow. So imperative these days as we, during this grand rising, because things are shifting so quickly. And especially as we rise into and awaken to our own one love consciousness, we get to flow way more easily than we did when we weren't awake, right? So we get to, I don't know how it's all going to work out. I don't know how this is going to be. And guys, I need this podcast more than anybody because it's just a reminder to just pause, because I can get so overwhelmed with the 3D details. And then I expand back out and I sit here with you and I sit here with you guys and I'm like, oh yeah. And then there's another comment here. It says, I did this with my mom's house and it sold on 1031 for full price. I was in Sedona at the end of September when I got the call. I heard everything is falling into place behind the scenes, and it did. And what if everything can fall into place in divine order? And that's what we can have faith in. Let's see. Sam says, I have Mars Libra, 29 degrees. Ooh, what does that mean?
Well, Mars Libra 29 degrees is I'm curious of which house it is for her, but
oh, I see. It's a series of chats. Okay, it says, can you explain the late degree thing again? What does it mean if you have that in your chart?
Got it. Okay.
And then I have, okay.
So yeah, I have some.
Oh, whoops. I'm sorry. I did that by accident. Okay. Let's see. Now you can invite guests.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Sorry about that.
Gonna be. So late degrees in your own chart typically means there is the energies that it's representing, without getting too lost into which sign, which house, which planet. But the energies that planet is representing means that it's hitting at a point in your in this sort of life, this incarnation, if you want to call it. It's an energy that you will go through your life feeling, not always the urgency of it, but you might feel more of a more mature around it. It's, imagine it like you have in now you got all kinds of people
I
on
know.
there.
Sorry, guys.
So imagine it like a Mars in Libra could mean there's something that you may fight for in feeling fairness, feeling, or it could even be art. Sometimes Libra is like the sign of balance and holding everything. It's the only sign that isn't represented by an animal of some sort. It's represented by the scales. So having Mars in there is something that you take action. You may find that it's where you also can fight for things. It's what I was thinking about this today. Like, I have Mars and Gemini, and I realize the thing that makes me want to really go to battle is when I feel like I'm not being heard.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. And because Gemini is a sign of communication. So in Libra, it may be like if you feel like something is not fair, you may really want to just go toe to toe with somebody. But with it being late degree, also may mean that, imagine it's like you've gone through a whole life of experiencing that, and it's a place where you might be a little more mature than other people around it. In any case, it's a little different than the transits. Sorry. But when you do have transits happening in late degrees, there's more likely that they are affecting anything else in your chart, depending on where it's all lining up. Right now, there's a lot that's happening in late degree Pisces, and that's not lining up too directly to Libra, but when Saturn goes late degrees in Aries in a few years, that's in a few years, you're going to be going through a time where you are going to be feeling some extra tensions, really, no one should be messing with you when it comes to anything that you want to fight for, especially if it's relationships or what you find valuable, what you find fair, because there will be a little phase of time that, you may really want to be resourced.
All right, so let's just pause a minute because we're having some problems over here. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to invite anyone on here. If you could kind of let go of that invite or pause yourself, that'd be great. I don't know how to do that, and I'm really sorry for bringing you on by accident. I apologize.
Do you want to take the phone in your hand and do it for a second, or?
Yeah, if you want to keep talking,
yeah,
I'll try to do that.
I wanted to actually go over a couple other little things. So where's my notes? December 19th is going to be a day I think everyone should have prepared. It's a new moon in Sagittarius. It's coming up closer toward the solstice, but that new moon is the last new moon of the year. It's the last. Every time there's a new moon, it's like a reset energy. It's a moment to kind of restart a lot, and it's coming up really close before the sun will go into Capricorn. But it's also a time that will be, and I wanted to see if I have the degrees of that day. The new moon will be at 28 degrees. So also a very late degree at the very end of Sagittarius. So anyone who is a Sagittarius, anyone who is also a Gemini or a Virgo or a Pisces, those energies will probably be feeling it the most. So it will probably be a time, December 19th, but we can all really be benefiting from that new moon energy of getting running with this, a sense of, think of it like a blank slate for a moment. There's a little bit where we get to just hit reboot on a lot of the energies that we've been going through. And I feel like it's a great moment to be on the tail end of all of this stuff of this month, all of the stuff of this year, and getting ready to step in to what is coming next year.
Okay. So that's what this month's about. That's our biggest,
Yeah.
that's our biggest cue for this month, is to just get kind of release, renew, and really get ready for the fire horse.
Yes.
For things to start moving fast.
Yeah.
So guys, in January, the 1 year, the water horse or the fire horse year, things are going to start moving really fast. This season of light in December, we have this moment to quicken and pause and be present, all for the sake of releasing density and renewing, which all that means is remembering the truth of ourselves, which is wholeness, which is our loving nature, which is our divine essence. And when we know ourselves as that, we can start seeing others just as that, because we are all the one. We are the one creation of our source, right? Another way to say that is we are all the one son of God, right? And that's what Jesus had said. That's Jesus's big message when you hear his correct teachings, is that we are the one. All of us are fragments of the one, right? And so this oneness consciousness has us tuning in to the love and the wholeness of each of ourselves, which is you, Sam, which is you, Laura Lunace, which is you. And we have so much potency together. We rise together. And so this light season, when we're releasing, it can be intense to release. The shadows come up, things start stirring from the subconscious. It can be really intense. But what this second week of Advent says is have peace with it. It means don't resist it. Be exactly with it. Acknowledge it. And when we can do that, and that's what I teach to do with the voice, when we can do that, it doesn't take over. It doesn't get louder, right? Usually when things get louder in our lives, it's because it wants you to acknowledge it. But if you sit in presence and peace with it and acknowledge it, it starts to soften, it resolves. And guess what happens? That renewal happens, which is that deeper remembering of your wholeness and love and oneness. So, any questions about that? I want to come into a little bit of a practice and the sound bath. So any comments or questions about, we just said a lot in 45 minutes.
I want to add one quick thing.
Yeah, sure.
The Holy Nights actually starts Christmas Eve, I think.
Oh, the 24th. Okay.
Yeah. And and it's a nice time because that also, one last astrology thing, Venus moves from Sagittarius into, getting out of its late degrees, into Capricorn. And so there may be a moment there, Christmas Eve or around that time, where we feel a shift. Venus is a benefic planet. It's like, the love, it's receiving, it's how we take things in, and it's a great time for gift giving, but when it changes from Sagittarius, which is more idealistic, to a more grounded, it's like, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people proposing around this time. There's going to be a lot of commitments wanting to be taken on, but it's also a great time to be starting the Holy Nights.
Yeah. Okay. So Venus doing its thing is helping us come into the Holy Nights, which start on the 24th and go for 12 nights. And those
ends on the night of January 5th. So that the 5th. Day of January 6th is when it actually, those are the holy days, I guess. Okay. They stop.
Okay. So get your dream journal, get ready for that. And the rest of this month, remember, there's going to be a quickening. And in that, use the momentum of the quickening, but use also your sense of presence to be with it where the quickening brings you to the space you need to be. Be present with it. Slow down a little bit. Okay. So let's do a little practice. Place one hand on your heart, other hand on top. Let's just pause just for like 30 seconds together. Be in the stillness, be in the calm of your divine essence, your oneness consciousness. Feel the beating of your heart. Imagine it beating in sync with everyone's heart on the planet. We are one, regardless of our race, faith, economical background, educational background, choices. We are one. Keep imagining your heart beating in complete resonance with every heart on the planet. All this intellectual information, allow it to just become part of your beingness and your knowingness. Focusing on your breath. Coming into the heart space a little deeper. And it's in your heart space you can decide. Are you going to let your soul and your divine order come more forward? Or are you going to let the past program of emotions lead the way? You get to choose. It's like blocking you.
It's okay.
Ooh.
It's okay.
Ooh. I got the giggles. The giggles is part of our lightness, so I'm just going to allow it. I got the giggles. My drum is blocking my husband, and I got the giggles. We're going to work with this. Okay, here we go. Find your lightness of being. Find that center of peace and presence for this week of Advent. coming into that remembering of our divine oneness. beautiful beings. We have this week of peace. So, what is going to be your peace practice this week? The following week is the week of love. What will be your love practice? And the week after that is the week of joy in December. What will be your joy practice? What can you find to do to remind you to come back to the state of presence? It is your sense of presence and trust and knowing. They'll continue to grow the peace and love and joy in your life. Thank you so much for joining us. If you feel like you would like a deeper dive into your own astrology, Matt's available. He can take on 2 this month. If you want a deeper dive into your astrology and a custom sound healing to help you find alignment with your soul purpose and your voice, we have something called the harmonic healing map that we offer together. All of these can be found in my bio link or the descriptions.
They can go to harmonichealingmap.com.
Yeah, you can go to harmonichealingmap.com, and you can go to my website for awakened voice sessions. If you want to remove any stagnation, work on your sacred voice. So those are the things we're offering this month. Thank you so much for being part of this One Love Alignment Sunday. The next one is January, what? Where's your phone?
I got it here, January 4th.
So the next One Love Alignment is January 4th. So we're going to be building these. We're going to be really working on making them better. So any feedback you have, feel free to let us know. Thank you, Laura Lunace. Love to you too. And thank you for all of you who joined in live. You can find the replay over on YouTube. Any final words, Mr. Astrology?
Yeah, just again, this month is a time of burning away all the stuff that's been coming up. It is a time of shedding, but the fiery energies it's burning a lot off and preparing for new things that are coming. And I think it's really good to trust that process. At times it feels tumultuous, but it also, there's just trust that there's a grounding time that's coming up to at the end of the month. And next year is wild. It has a lot of, like you're saying, it's very fast momentum. It's there's a lot of intensity, but just trust this is a time of shedding off the final stuff that can't or really doesn't need to come with you into all the opportunities of next year.
I love how you said that. Opportunities. So thanks, guys. And we'll see you next month. And definitely keep following the videos here on YouTube and TikTok. And if you guys have any questions, definitely put them in the DMs. We're happy to entertain any other questions or feedback.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
All right. Good.
All right. Okay. Bye, guys.